These top 3 gaming crypto coins will explode in February 2022. Gaming coins did phenomenally well in 2021. We've seen upwards of 100% plus and 100x's even on some specific gaming altcoins. And I don't really see that stopping anytime soon this year especially. Yo, what's up guys, it's Jake Gordon again. I hope you guys are doing fantastic, and in this video I want to go over some top gaming coins I'm looking at to nibble at next month in 2022. Now keep in mind guys, with gaming coins, especially in the crypto world, these are still very speculative, so please do your own research as well, as although they can very well do huge returns and you could get that FOMO, they could still very well much go to zero. But, and it's a big but guys, if you have most of your crypto exposure in top altcoins, even some Bitcoin, I think it makes sense to dip your toes in or nibble at some of these gaming coins for sure. And that's always what I recommend in crypto investing guys. If you have most of your toes safe and you're fully diversified, you should be absolutely fine. Don't be that guy that's 100% in one altcoin and it goes to zero and they get wrecked. Alright guys, let's dive in. Number one is going to be Engine Coin. Obviously you guys already know what Engine Coin is. If you don't, we're going to go over in a second, but I really just want to look at the chart. All time specifically, very well. Like, all these guys are probably millionaires. You did very good, but Engine Coin did very well in 2021, and it has did a huge pump upwards of $4.60, but it's been seeing a big retracement. We're almost down 70%. We're back at $1.58, which is phenomenal. And I say phenomenal as in, if you're holding the coin, you're obviously not phenomenal, but it's a great more buying opportunity if you want to nibble in or you want a dollar cost average, because you don't want to be the guy that, you know, is buying up here and then selling at the bottom. I keep stressing about this guys, and I will keep stressing about this guys. Don't FOMO in and then take losses, because you've seen exactly what happened here. You were at the top here, you were riding at $3.22. Let's say you bought some, you know, you might have sold anywhere down here like the traditional, you know, crypto investor does, because they're brand new, not because they're bad or it's their fault. They just don't understand, and over time it takes sense, it makes sense to actually understand. But bought back in, you read it back down, and then guess what? You would have got back to all-time highs, and you could have took profit there. And even though you bought an all-time high back in, you know, March, April, so it doesn't matter when you're buying in as long as you have a long-term investment. But obviously, it's never a good idea to buy when there's huge pumps. You've seen a 10x here. Obviously, it was going to absolutely retrace. You see it all the time, even with this recent pump, big 10x. I think it's even more than a 10x, whatever it is. We're way back downward to what it be. So really, why I'm saying this coin primarily guys is because it's on a big discount, right? Very cheap, and I don't see it going much lower. But Engine Coin as well, just on fundamentals regarding technicals by itself, NFTs are programmed digital assets with real world value and provide rarity history. So this coin actually does something a lot of gaming coins and metaverse plays, they don't do anything. I hate to say it, like they have maybe a really crappy game and like no users, so it's not valuable at all. It's just, you know, all speculation. The opportunities for developers to monetize, incentivize loyalty, grow, retain a hyper base as reward players with real value, addressing challenges like grey market, traditional and bottom scammers, and the potential use for in-game NFTs such as characters, access and cosmetics. So really what Engine does is it brings it all together. You're buying and selling, you're playing to earn, all this kind of good stuff, and Engine is kind of based, because what they did recently, I say recently, it was literally last year or just about 1 year ago now, is they combined with Microsoft, and Engine brings cross-platform custom NFTs to Minecraft. So Minecraft is a huge game. Even people are playing it now 10 years later. I think it was launched in 2009. People still play this goddamn thing. It's absolutely insane, but it just shows you the real world adoption there and just the strong fan base. And Engine, you know, connected with us, and they built a Minecraft server website, and now you can fund and grow your Minecraft community as the most popular website builder donation plugin system for Minecraft server. And pretty much what that means guys is now you can get, you know, not paid to play yet, but there's integration with the Engine Coin, so it just makes playing the game more better than just what it used to be. So I'm super bullish for Engine, regardless of, you know, if you want to ignore the fundamentals, that's fine. And regardless of that, just look at the technical guys, it just makes sense. You're so oversold here. It's going to go back up for sure. Once Bitcoin does take its whoopsie doopsie and it starts going back in the green, Engine and all these other top gaming coins will roar. Obviously not all gaming coins are going to roar. If it's a crappy gaming coin, they will eventually go to zero. So that's really what I say. If you're looking at gaming coins in general, really take your time to understand if the project has a real use adaptability. Next coin I want to go over is Axie Infinity. Now I've hated on Axie Infinity before because I think the game's kind of trash, but really what I found with Axie Infinity, if you look at their revenue numbers that we'll touch over in a second, it doesn't matter if the game's crap guys, like the revenue is there to make sense for why the token is, you know, market cap is what it is. Now the market cap is 2.7 billion. I still think that that is, kind of frothy. But if you look where it was, guys, like last year, it's came down massively. Last 3 months, it's down. It was 150. It's down again 70% almost. The year to date, we had big, huge pumps ups, and this is when the Smooth Love token potion did very, very well as well. That's the coin that they work with on the Axie Infinity game. You've seen the huge rallies. You've seen the 100x's or 50x's, whatever it was. Doesn't really matter. You made an F load of money regardless. But look at this retracement, guys. The hype kind of went away, but the revenue is still there. The user adoption is, still there. People are still going and buying and playing this game. So the only reason this makes sense is people are just taking profits. The users are still there. People are still playing the game. So I think it is a great play. Although I don't like the game, I've never played the game. I think there's better games. I'm not going to argue with somebody's revenue and profit. That surely just means the company is doing well. So it's a great play, I think. And really, you can see here as well, as you go down here, 3.6 billion traded in the in-house marketplace. That's a lot. That's a B with a big B, not an M. So it's a big B. 820,000, the most expensive Axie ever sold. That's almost $1 million for a little pixel 3D thing. That's a huge NFT play. And 2.8 million daily active players. 2.8 million people are playing this actively every single day, and that's growing. I remember when I first went on the website, I think it was less than 1 million. So although the coin is going down, the users are coming in, and the most expensive Axie ever sold is doubled. I think the last one was 400 grand like a few months ago. So this is all going up, which is good to see. And obviously if the coin's going down and there's no fundamental reason why that could be, it just means people are taking profits. So I'm super interested in a $45 Axie Infinity. Although I think the market cap still is high, the coin was blooming at 157 not too long ago, 6-7 months ago now, so it's still a great play. And this is really when I want to talk about the Axie Infinity users are soon to reach 10 million soon. It's crazy. 10 million users on this little game. I think that's absolutely insane, and nobody can argue with that. You can't take that away from them. So the blockchain gaming space is growing, and Axie Infinity seems to remain the biggest player in the space. So I'm always looking at the first world movers, especially in any space, even like stocks and real estate, not real estate, stocks in general. I'm looking at Tesla, for example, not to go too much off topic, but Tesla are doing, they're the most developers there. It's where all the people are going. Yes, their cars are, a bit expensive right now, but that's where the money eventually is going to go. So if Axie Infinity is the best game, and you can see that here with 10 million users, it just means the coin is going to soar and you're going to get back to those all-time highs. I think it's an easy 3x just to get back to where it was, and it's probably going to be way more than that if the adoption keeps to come. Now, according to the report, Axie Infinity currently has 8.3 million players and is expected to cross the 10 million mark before the end of the year. But this is what I'm talking about, the technicals here. You can see the Axie continues to underperform. Axie has underperformed in recent weeks and it's down by more than 30%. Now, this is actually quite, it's not old, but it's a few months old. Axie was trading at 112 per coin. We can see now, if you were buying at 112, we could buy it right now for 45. So pretty much half of that, 60% less than that. So more than half of that right now compared when this article was written just a couple of months ago. So that just shows you that even though more users are coming, people are still taking profit, guys. So super bullish for me. Like I said, it might be hard to understand if a coin's doing bad price wise, but you might be like, why you want to invest in that? Because I'm getting more coins when I'm putting $1,000 in, $10,000 in, I'm able to afford more Axie coins. So when I come to sell it or trade it over to another coin, I'm going to be left with more Axie to sell, and I'm going to have more dollar value. Now you can see here really quickly on the technicals, the MAC line shows the natural zone indicating bearish momentum. The RSI of 35 shows that the Axie is currently oversold, and we've already seen that. That's why the coin's worth half of what it was since this article was written, and the coin is trading below its 50-day moving average of $135. But, and this is what I keep saying, guys, however, Axie remains one of the best performing cryptocurrencies so far, having recorded massive profits over the last 12 months. So although it's hard to understand why this is actually retracing, and we've seen bigger retracements because we're halfway what this was, the users are still coming in. There's 10 million users coming into this space. So it only makes sense that this is going to flip very soon. And you can see here as well, this is what the roadmap looks like. So not only is everything going well, fundamentally they're using roadmaps to predict what's going to happen and show you where they plan to go, so they're not abandoning the project like most gaming coins do. Most of the small ones, only the top ones survive and have real world users that can show you where it's going to go. So the largest scale update with the Axie Infinity came in the form of AXX staking, so you were able to stake, which launched in September just last year. By staking Axies and Axie Infinity shards, players can earn rewards in the form of Axies, so you're earning real world currency, people are earning an income. Nobody's going to adopt the game if they're earning real world income to play for their rent, to pay for their food in third world countries for sure. They're not just going to stop playing the game, because then they're going to have to get a job, right? So in the December update, the Maxi said that the land is so important for the future of the community, economy, and want to make sure it provides the experience you deserve. Axie Infinity's land is already available to buy, with the becoming the trending asset in the metaverse discussion. So obviously buying and selling land is super popular, such as Sandbox and Decentraland. They made that super popular, and Axie Infinity is starting to do it now. So if they're now introducing buying and selling land plots with already their characters where you can breed it, that's only going to make the coin go absolutely crazy. And I think it's a great buy at the price it is right now. Although it doesn't look great on the charts, I think you're buying, well, I know you're buying cheaper coins from where it is right now. I don't think it's going to go much lower. Last coins I want to talk about, I'm going to give you a little special one. I'm going to give you two, but they're very similar, so I guess it really doesn't count, is the Sandbox. I keep stressing about the Sandbox and it keeps going down, and like I said, this is great move, and you can kind of see it's kind of like wedging sideways where we could see some upwards momentum. But guys, you still zoom out, you made huge gains if you got back here, and even if you got here, you're still up. The problem is if you bought here, like I said, just with the same as the Axie chart, a lot of people bought back here, you know, it was in the papers, it was in recent news articles, every week had this hopium, and then they got wrecked because they sold, and they only got wrecked because they sold. If they're still holding, they'll be done fine, because it is going to come back up, and we're very oversold. And like I said, this is only because of Bitcoin's whoopsie doopsie that it's doing right now. This was a $7 coin, and I think it's definitely a $10, $15, $20 coin, but we have to get the bullish news. If we keep seeing sell-offs, you're going to go down further, and this is why I keep stressing, do not put more money than you're afraid to lose, guys. Only put in what you can afford to lose, or just dollar cost average all the way. Don't put lump sums in, because it could very well go down. And to back up with what I'm saying here, is Sandbox has seen 211 million of land sales. That is absolutely phenomenal. Now, the co-founder of Sandbox Gaming Company in 2012 and is now the chief operating officer, he said virtual land sales have exploded in recent months, so that total sales between 2019 and to date, just the last couple of months, has been an amount of 211 million. Super bullish. I can't think of getting any better than that. And you can see here, look back at the season 1, 5 million land, 5k passes, 15k NFTs, good feedback, and you can see what's happening in season 2. Even more play earn rewards. That's the one that most excites me, because that's why people are playing these games. So I think it's a great coin, although it is very oversold. For me personally, I love when stuff is oversold, because that means I'm buying at cheap prices. Give you a quick example, just for simple math. If I'm buying here at $8.40, and now I can buy the coin at less than half of that, for every, you know, one that I buy, I'm getting 2 times more. So when it becomes a 10, 15, 20, heck, $25 coin, I'm selling way more than if I'm buying $8 all in lump sum. So that, I hope you guys make sense when I say that. And just to give you a kind of little curveball as well, I think Decentraland is going to do very well as well. I think they're both going to do well, but I think Sandbox is better because it has more users and it has more revenue. So you can see here, same again, you had a huge pump. We're not seeing as much of a retracement, but we're seeing, look guys, the exact same kind of wedge here, the accumulation just with the Sandbox. It's so similar, and it's funny how that works, but they just trade very well together. You've seen the huge pumps as well. They pumped pretty much at the exact same time. I think Mana was just literally a week after. Huge pumps, big retracement. It was too oversold. People are taking their profits, as you should. Always take your profits. But these plays are definitely going to do well in 2022. Now, overall, guys, like I said, these plays are very speculative because they are very new. But for me personally, the risks outweigh a potential flop, because if you have good exposure to top coins, and like I said, even Bitcoin, if you have a potential flop or some potential sideways action, you will do well long term. But like I said, guys, don't blindly follow me. I'm only here to show you what I'm looking at and to give you guys some general outcome. Go and do your own research, and if you have exposure to top coins, you should be fine with looking at these for sure, because everybody's situation is different, especially in crypto. I know a lot of whales out there have huge bags, and they can just dump millions in these, and also know a lot of small people that are like 50% in some of these coins. Do not do that. Make sure you're spread. Make sure you have the certain percent for you that makes you feel comfortable. With all that being said, guys, let me know what your kind of plays are for February and really this year in general. Where are you looking at in terms of gaming metaverse plays? Are you looking at any of these in all? I would love to know what you're currently looking at, so I can maybe do a deep dive on them. I'm always super interested to hear from you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.